Hello, and welcome to the Casino Tears podcast. I'm one of your hosts, 10 Ton is number one, and joining me as my co-host is the one and only Ed Robinson from Roll to Win Craps. If you want more info on our show, please visit our page at casinotears.com. On this week's show, we discuss Crapless in Biloxi, the pirate strategy, Aloha Generous. We also touch on custom felts, hard eights, Blackberry Winter, Robert Blake, Lost Highway, 1 Ton, and Ed throws down the gauntlet.
So you feeling okay?
Seasons changed over here. It went from cold to really hot. It was super hot this week.
Did it mess with your little biological self?
Probably. I'll tell you how many degrees it is. It was 89 today. It's going to be 92 tomorrow and then 95.
Shit, that's getting on up there.
I went out and the sun started feeling better.
We're supposed to have storms tonight again.
Man, I have no regrets of living in Vegas. None whatsoever.
None?
Absolutely not. None ever. When I go back to LA, I'm like, you know what? The weather's nice. I say that a little bit, and then I'm like, fuck this place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, can imagine.
I was talking to someone at my job. So there's this guy, that, you know how some people fail upwards? Somehow they end up in their careers and their jobs and their industries in music. A&R people, the guys, girls that would sign bands, how they got their jobs always amazed me. But these are the people that failed upwards. You go meet with them and you're like, who does he know? Whose son is he that he ended up behind this desk in charge of your career?
Right.
In the music industry, all the people that have succeeded have just failed upwards. Somehow they just get a promotion in another company. But anyway.
You're talking about the non-talented people.
The corporate side of it.
Yeah.
At the labels, right?
Yeah.
They just fail upwards.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a guy at work. I see this guy's email. Somehow he goes from company to company to company. There was one time he was a vendor rep. I was in the emergency room for my dog who had a brain tumor. The dog was going to die. Right after 4th of July, she had a seizure.
Yeah.
So I took her in, and then I just got the bad news. Your dog has a brain tumor. We can do this $15,000 laser surgery. And I'm weighing those decisions. Okay, so what's the percentage that it's going to help her? Well, 40%. And then if it works, she could live maybe 6 more months. Yeah, that seems horrible to put a dog through.
Yeah, doesn't compute.
So anyway, I'm in that room and this new rep calls me because my old rep, unfortunately, it was tragic.
Failed upward. Oh.
No, my old rep was a good friend of mine. Dude, he was probably like your age, okay? He had 3 kids, okay? No, he was like your age. But he would come over. This is how good friends, he would come over to my spot and I'd give him weed. Okay, so his wife wouldn't find out. Okay, so that's why he would always like, you got any weed? And I'd, give him weed and he could smoke it there, right? Unfortunately, tragedy befell this guy, Keith Burks, rest in peace, man. He was a good buddy of mine. It was over July 4th weekend. He had a heart attack and died. 3 kids. So sad. Anyway, this is his replacement. Ed calling me while I was in that waiting room after I just got that news. And this guy is trying to charge me. He just took over a very big account. At the time, that account was billing $30,000 a month. He inherited this account.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen, you got to sign the paperwork to sign this thing to reprint this billboard. And I'm like, yeah, no, this is not how this is going to happen. I'm never going to, I haven't gotten it reprinted all year. It's $150, right? I'm like, you're a new rep. You're just meeting me for the first time. My signature says president. Yours says account rep. I'm not signing that. Just print it, put it up. I can't talk right now. Anyway, he called me back and he's like, yeah, no, you have to sign this. And I'm like, no, this is not happening right now. And learn your place in the world.
Yeah.
If you inherited an account billing $30,000 a month and it fell in your lap, you would be, okay, yeah, whatever you want.
Keep on smoking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy over the years has moved to other companies. Somehow he appears on my email in a new company. The minute I see his email, I call up his boss and I'm like, this guy is never working with my company again. I want him off all of my accounts. I do this. It's become one of my pastimes. He just appeared this week on another new account. He failed upwards to another company. And I asked the guy, how does this guy goes from one company to another every 2 years? I called his boss. He's from my hometown in Grand Rapids, Michigan. Literally, it's a 2-mile city, East Grand Rapids, Michigan. So anyway, we were talking about the weather. Well, I was reminiscing, isn't Michigan beautiful in that late June, early August time period? Ed, Michigan is a beautiful.
You got 6 weeks of summer.
Man, it is gorgeous. You can be outside. We were talking about running on the high school track. Beautiful track to run on by a lake. It's gorgeous. But that's the only time of the year. Certain areas of the country, I'm sure the weather's nice. Like, when's the best time in Alabama? It's beautiful. No bad humidity. Really great out.
Fall is great.
Leaves changing colors.
Yeah, I mean, like October, November is great.
Oh,
This
really?
time of year is not. Yeah, I mean, from March, mid-May, even mid-May to June is great.
Dude, does it get hot and sticky there?
Very.
Would not call that beautiful. I would not say
That's July. That's July, August, and September.
Okay, so fall is just nice, right?
Oh, it's great. We love fall.
I guess every part of town, like New England's pretty, probably around then, I think.
Well, they have these old terms, and I don't know why I was thinking about these the other day. Do you know what Blackberry Winter is?
No, I don't. What is a Blackberry Winter?
Well, Blackberry Winter is like what we just had a few days ago, where it had been like 75, 80 degrees. And then all of a sudden it went down to a frost for a couple of nights. And then the high was only like 60. So that's like a blackberry winter. It's like it gets really cold about the time maybe the blackberries are blooming or something. Right. All right. And then there's Indian summer.
I like Indian summer, man. That's a cool time of year. When I heard that term.
You've heard that one?
Oh, yeah.
You know that?
I heard that. It's when it gets hot out in October.
Yeah, when it's supposed to be cold, yeah.
Yeah, it gets really hot out. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Indian summer. I wonder why
Indian
that
summer.
term. Why did that?
I have no clue.
Someone will leave a comment.
Yep. Indian summer, blackberry winter.
I have never ever heard that term, blackberry winter. Ever.
I bet I bet that'll make the podcast.
It's gonna make the podcast. Listen, you want to know what else will make the podcast?
What?
Here's a couple random facts. I'm gonna make it a point to do this episode like a dice coach dials in once every 10 episodes. We're going to have 3 different regular occurring episode types. Dice coach dials in.
That's always on the 10th.
Always. And then we're going to have a listener one. So we're going to gather up questions, comments, fact checks, or stuff like that from Patreon, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, all of that stuff, because that was really fun. I regret not getting to that sooner. I really enjoyed it, and a lot of people enjoyed it.
The episode that came out this week.
Yeah.
The 8th.
And then we're going to do one since we've already
messed up my joke.
What?
The bear joke.
The
you
bear
messed
joke.
up my bear joke.
Dude, I don't know how many people ended up getting to the end of that, but the funny thing about that is when I was listening to this, when I was at the gym and that came on again, I started laughing. I couldn't even do the sets. I had 2 dumbbells in my hand, and I could not lift them because I was cracking up so much. It's so stupid. The funny thing is that somehow you segued into a joke just so seamlessly, and I ended up figuring it out, which is funny. That's what was funny.
It was
right?
hilarious. It was. I laughed and laughed listening to that.
Oh my God, dude. See, sometimes this podcast selfishly is just funny for us. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're going to do listener thing episode. And then also, since we have started stuff that's location based on an area of the country, like we did with Dice Degen, Atlantic City, we've already recorded Indianapolis in Indiana with Birdman. We're going to continue this series. It's going to be like 1 every 10 episodes. We'll probably do a different area. The next one after that is going to be same bet.
Same bet.
So we could talk about Kansas.
I look forward to that one.
Because I met up with him. I don't know if I told you
this.
this.
You told me. Yeah,
maybe, did I tell you on the podcast? I don't know.
You told me in person.
Oh.
You met him.
Yeah,
you met him.
Same bet, Ed. What a nice guy.
Oh, absolutely.
Nice guy. We had a really interesting conversation at Aria at the slots. I could have talked to that guy for a very long time. I'm looking forward to learning about Kansas.
He'll be a great conversation.
Yeah, it was really cool. We were talking about learning and different classes and how you learn the game and what it does to your brain as far as like, learning one way, then another way, then a different way. Macro level stuff. Should be some pretty cerebral stuff, man, with same bet. So Ed, for this next podcast, which is going to air on April 15th.
Tax day.
Oh, it is.
I hate tax day.
April 15th. Tax day.
The tax day broadcast.
Yeah, we're going to talk about some stuff that we recorded from last week, which will be a little bit, maybe I'll put that on the Patreon side. It's more about a couple sessions at Aria with 1 Ton. We talked about, paying attention to numbers that were rolling. That'll probably appear on this Patreon side. But let's talk about, you went to Biloxi and now you're going to Tunica, I believe, this week.
I'm going to head up there tomorrow. Yeah.
It's been a minute since you've been to Tunica, dude.
It's been a minute. And I'll tell you, originally, my wife was going to go out of town. She was going to go see family. And she decided with all the flooding up in Indiana and all that, I sent you a picture,
Oh my God, dude. Yeah.
Caesar's properties flooded down there on the Ohio River. Bad time flooded. But it's happened twice this year already, I think is what I read. So I guess they're used to it. But if they had boats, they'd have just floated up on the pilings and it wouldn't have flooded. But, they went land-based kind of on the side of the river, whatever.
Yeah.
She was like, you going to Biloxi? I said, I need some Caesars play because of Las Vegas. I got to looking at my win-loss statements, and this had more to do with it than anything. I was like, I made good money in Tunica last year. I need to go make some more.
Yeah, that sounds like a good reason to go.
All the tables have the ATS. That's part of it. But the tables at the Horseshoe are really, really good. I like every single one of them, basically. So
where are you going to stay?
I'll stay at the Horseshoe.
Get some Caesars points?
Yep, get some Caesars points. I'll go play over there and visit the Gold Strike, which is owned by a Cherokee band out of Oklahoma.
Oh, nice.
I mean, it used to be an MGM property, Gold Strike. The only MGM left in Mississippi is down at Biloxi now.
Beau Rivage?
Yeah, I never
That's
get
it,
any.
huh? MGM just.
That's it. I never get any MGM credits anymore. I mean, I just zero. I mean, I just don't play it.
I've been liking MGM more than I have than Caesars.
I get more MGM points in Vegas than I do in Mississippi because I just will not play the Beau Rivage. One time a weekend, maybe. That's it. We had a good time in Biloxi. I got to meet some guys, 220 Inside, and Aloha Johnny came into town. Aloha Johnny coming down was the reason I went. I was not planning on going.
We talked about Aloha Johnny way long time ago. One of our first episodes when we talked about handles.
He called me and said, I'm going to come to Biloxi that weekend. Heavy was having one of his events there, and it was a chance for me to see some folks I hadn't seen I hadn't seen him in 3 years, and I hadn't seen I hadn't seen 220 Inside in 3 years.
Man, that's been a long time.
Been a while. So I went down just basically to see people, and we were scoping out properties. Aloha Johnny and I spent a lot of time looking at properties that were for sale down there.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually, it's not happening anytime soon.
Yeah.
But eventually, we'll be able to have Casino Tiers events east of the Mississippi.
That'll be amazing.
Probably next year. Maybe next year.
Yeah, man. Perfect.
Yep.
Perfect. It'll give me a reason to head down there at least once. I was talking to Toranaga, and I said, dude, what do you think? Might go down to Biloxi. You want to roll down there with me? He's like, I'd do it. I'd go down there if you were going down there. I said, yeah, dude, same.
He might never leave. He'd fit right in.
That'd be funny, man.
He looks like a beach guy. I mean, he'd fit right in. Funny thing happened while we were in Biloxi. Aloha Johnny and Oz and I were playing at the Palace down there. And they have the ATS.
Mm-hmm.
And we walk up and the table is empty, which was perfect. We buy in, and Johnny says, looks at the dealer, and he puts 555. He says, if we ever hit that, I'm giving y'all half. Just kind of casually said it. And they were like, yeah, right. Because he's always talking to the dealers and keeping the juju positive. First time we hit a side, he cut out half of it, said, here, put that in your tote box.
That's nice, man. That is nice.
And then a little later on, Somebody else hit another side. He cut out a half and said, "Here, put that in your." They couldn't believe it. Then we hit the all.
Oh, nice, man.
They paid him in all these black chips, purples and blacks, and he cut out half of it and said, "Here, put that in your tote box."
Oh,
Then they
wow,
had
man.
then they had to break it down into green chips because they couldn't put the blacks and purples in their tote box.
Oh, that's pretty sweet, dude. Aloha Johnny, Mr. Aloha, dude, Aloha Generous. Huh?
Yeah.
That should be
Yeah.
his new
Aloha
name.
Generous. That's just the way he is. I mean, he said it, so he was going to do it.
Yep.
It was neat getting to see him. We spent a lot of time, he and I spent a lot of time in the car driving around looking at old houses around Biloxi, looking for places that could be fixed up and made into a boys' club or whatever you want to call it. I think eventually, because he's already got a table basically purchased to go into one,
Yep.
which may end up here. I mean, so it'll be fun. If we can get it done, we'll get it done. We'll let everybody know. We'll start having some events a couple times a year in Biloxi.
Hell yeah, man. That's good.
Everybody wants to know if you're coming to the Brownwater Bash.
I know I got an email from Oz. Probably not. It's right in May. A lot of variables, man. I think I wish I could. If I was just chilling and independently wealthy and could just do it. But I mean, I'd like to. Man, if it was like 30 minutes away and I could just drive there, yeah, I'd be there. Dude, I would be there. I'd be the first one there. I'd be there early.
You know, you can get on Breeze Airways and fly in on Friday for like free and
I'll think
fly
about
back
it.
on Monday for almost
I'll
free.
think about it. I don't know, man. I'd
It's
have
like
to get a
50 bucks
podcast done.
away. Yeah.
I haven't even gotten this next podcast done. If you think about it, dude, it's been a pretty, like, we're on episode, this is going to be 62. This is a pretty good clip, man.
We're making it. I think people like us. I don't know.
Yeah, you know,
I think they do.
I had some unnamed person say, hey, you think you should maybe be careful about stuff you talk about, some of the conspiracy stuff that you might bring up. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, that's the funniest shit to talk about. That's the stuff that makes me laugh. And then it's so funny. Dr. Yank literally sends us a text. He's like, why am I getting these moon landing hoax things show up in his feed? And he thought it was funny too. And it is hilarious. That stuff cracks me up, man.
Yeah.
You know, life's short, just chill, right? I'm not too worried about if people think I'm a lunatic. That's pretty much
you are. Well, you are a lunatic.
Without saying,
I mean,
right?
you got the tinfoil hat on right now as we speak.
Exactly. Sometimes people, they think you're crazy. Turns out, in retrospect, you know, down the road, you're like, you know, I told you so. Maybe I should get an apology, but nope. Happens a lot.
It's just because you think you're correct and you're not always correct.
You know, but I'll admit that if I'm wrong. And I know some of the stuff is funny. I'm just here to have a good time. It's fun. It's fun to think about, right?
Yeah.
I mean, dice influence is like a conspiracy theory in some ways, you know?
Your bride to be in Las Vegas, he started doing dice influence stuff on his channel in the morning.
Oh, dude, you talking about my bride to be?
Yeah.
He, she, John from Pro Craps?
Yeah.
John, let me give a shout out to John from Pro Craps right now, since you brought him up. Perfect timing. You know what? Funny, man. I have not had a lot of time to be perusing the old social media, checking YouTube and Instagram and all that stuff. But this morning, I clicked on his show, John's show, and he
gave you a shout out.
I know, man. That's so nice. And so I want to say thank you. And he is correct, because he was actually here and I showed him how many edits go into an episode. I'm glad he commented on that. I appreciated that. Thank you, John from Pro Craps.
Yeah. And I want to give a shout out to everybody who supports what you do on Patreon.
Yeah, the Patreon people
Patreon people, you know, they're awesome.
That reminds me. Thank you. You're just leading into all these things that I had to talk about. And this is why it's great, because this is not scripted.
Not at all.
I've got a list of all the Patreon subscribers, and I'm going through it because I got to send out gifts for the people that have been on over a year. I'm going through it. It's in the process, but you're going to receive a very nice gift in the mail soon.
Excellent.
We got more entries for the dude, what are we going to give away for the
3MG?
Yeah, for April.
What
We
do you
could
want to
give
give away?
we could give away, the new t-shirts that I got in.
I haven't seen them yet.
We could give away a new hoodie.
Haven't seen those either.
I mean, casinos are cold, but we could do that. We'll figure something out. It'll be cool.
You're gonna have a big old box to send to Ed because you owe me a mug,
That's true.
samples of the new merch.
I got to get it before you go to Biloxi for the
Please.
Brown Water Bash.
Yeah, I ordered my commemorative chips a couple 3 days ago for that event.
Oh, and then let me continue on. So I heard John mention the show. Thank you, John. But then last night I clicked on, when I was in bed, I clicked on VDTs and I was just watching it, the session at Fountain Blue. And he mentioned a move he was doing. He was like, this is the 10-ton do-it takedown. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I left
there
him
you
a
go.
comment. I don't think it worked out, but it does work. So that was really nice to see that, because it is a full press. And he was commenting, it's kind of a risky move for sure. Sometimes it's a full press or a power press on that first hit.
Would you call us craps influencers?
I don't know. I mean, I guess we're in the, we're,
Instead of whatever the other influencers out there are?
I guess so. Aficionados.
That's a good word.
We got fact check too.
Uh-oh, again? Again?
Actually, it also relates to VDT because it's on something that he had originally fact checked us about. That, remember IP Man, which I said was
Yep.
IP Man?
Yeah.
Special Delivery Ted chimed in with, this was from YouTube. Some people listen to this on YouTube, Ed. He
Well,
said,
they do a lot.
IP Man, which I still like IP Man,
I prefer IP, man.
was the teacher, and then in parentheses it says Sifu, I think that's how you pronounce it, Sifu, of Bruce Lee. Dude, I had no idea that IP Man, IP Man, as I like to say, was Bruce Lee's teacher. Did you?
I had no clue.
I know. That makes
Did you ever see Rush Hour 2?
No, but that has, okay, but I know that has, what's his name? Chris Tucker. And does that have Jackie Chan in it?
Yeah.
And there's a
And-
crap scene, right?
I have cut the whole crap scene out of it. I'm going to start using it. If I ever do any more videos on YouTube, I'm going to incorporate that crap scene because it just cracks me up.
I've seen it. It is funny. It is.
so
It's a funny crap scene.
It is. I want all the black people and all the white people and all the Chinese people to play with purple chips, or whatever it was. It was funny.
Chris Tucker, man. Yeah, check this out. Do you know a guy named Inside Craps?
Yeah.
Oh, you do?
I know the name.
All right. Well, this Inside Craps, who I don't know who it is, left 2 comments on our YouTube. I'm going to read them to you,
Yep.
okay? Because this
yeah.
is something you could comment on.
He fixed something on me.
He said,
that was kind of misquoted.
well,
yeah.
he said there are only 6 foundation set groups, not 7. The hard way and all 7 sets are part of the same foundation group since they're just double pitch variants of the other. The full list of foundation sets are 2V, 3V, cross 6, S6, straight 6, P6, parallel 6, and hard way all 7. That's pretty interesting. So there's basically 6.
Yeah, the hard way and the all 7 should have the same. The hard way and the all 7 should have the same axial foundation.
I liked how you call them axial groupings, right?
Yeah,
Or however you phrase that. I really like that. Is that basically another term for foundation set groups? Sounds like Inside Craps knows
he knows a little bit.
knows what he's talking about.
He does.
Check this out. He left another comment.
And I told him he was correct, sir.
Oh, nice. Okay, so we can admit when we don't know we have stuff wrong. He said, wow, I never knew that Wizard had come up with the same concept as the coaster groups before we learned about them from Coaster and incorporated it into Bone Tracker. Not surprising, as Wizard was/is a very knowledgeable player and a hell of a shooter and a great guy.
Yep.
Man.
If we're talking about the same guy, yes.
Well, he was a guy with
because I just picked
the
the name
black
out of the
robe
blue.
and the staff that showed up at the tables.
Yeah, it was Gandalf.
That Wizard. I mean, it probably sounds like you're talking about the same Wizard.
We probably are.
Gotta
We
be.
probably are.
I mean, I doubt that there's two.
I don't know for sure, but we
I
probably
know. I
are.
feel like there is. If there's one wizard, I don't know if there's two wizards. That would be awesome if there was two
Two
wizards.
wizards.
Yeah.
Got one in gray, one in white.
Yeah. I mean, it could be. Yeah, man. So that's it for fact checking. Oh, so I sent you a picture of the new felt. This is perfect. Also,
You
this is
did?
more like an announcement. So I'm getting my felt table maker.
You must have emailed it.
Yeah, table maker is helping tweak the felt because he's going to be out here in May and we're going to put a new felt on the table here. There's a few things that are wrong, so we're tweaking it. I'm changing the hops to circles, all that stuff, right? But I had gotten some emails I get a lot of questions and emails about felts.
You're going to offer them, right?
You know what? Sonny had actually, I'm so sorry, Sonny, for responding so late to this email, but I knew there was a bunch of people that had asked about felts and how to make custom ones. So, Table Maker and I, we're going to offer felts, custom felts that we're going to make. We're just going to be able to take someone's logo, tweak them. It shouldn't be that hard of a process, and then be able to print them up and sell them from our place. So, in the very short future, we will be able to fulfill those orders.
Are you going to make it a certain size, or are you going to offer different sizes?
Different sizes. There's going to be standard
becomes...
sizes. Like my table here is a custom size, but the template and everything will be pretty easy to actually design when you float in because it's going to be done in Adobe Illustrator, which I will figure out how to use. Already know how to use Photoshop, so it's not that hard. We'll be able to do it. Either way, we'll have standard sizes, your basic sizes, and I'm sure we'll figure it out. But that was the plan with Table Maker.
I'm going to need a new felt before long. This one's getting really beat up down there on the landing zone.
Who made it? Table Maker?
Table Maker did.
Yeah, see?
He's made all my felts since my first one. My first one was just a generic, but after that, everything on this table has been custom.
Yeah, so that's part of the plan. So we're expanding. And that'll be nice. So Sonny and everyone who has emailed in and asked about that and where to do it, that's where I've gotten mine made. Now we'll be doing it. So
excellent.
Yeah, that'll be pretty cool, man. Expanding the operations. Oh, sorry to interrupt your Biloxi, but I got to tell you.
We hadn't talked about that in 20 minutes.
I know, because we got distracted, but all these are important things to bring up. I met Dan, our official 3MG contest winner. I delivered his prize. Yes, I met him, and I hope I'm right. I'm pretty sure he's from Illinois, because I think he was wearing a Cubs shirt. I'm pretty sure he was wearing a Cubs shirt. Nice guy. He was out here on vacation with his wife and kids.
Yeah.
He just so happened he met up with me. I was there with Bump John at Palms, and I hand delivered our first 3MG prize to him.
What did he have to say about it?
Oh, I mean, he didn't open it up in front of me, but we've been talking, had a good time.
Yeah. Yeah.
I wish we would have won that night at the Palms. We didn't, but it was still a good time. I'm pretty sure he's from around that area, like Peoria, sort of near probably near where those Good Juju guys are from. I'm pretty sure he was wearing a Cubs shirt.
I'm not sure where they're from.
Did you ever listen to Harry Carey? You know who that is?
Oh, yeah, I know. Yeah.
Cubs announcer.
Carey.
Yeah, he's awesome. Hi. So anyway, that's really it, man. I think that's it. Besides a comment that Old Bay left, I knew Old Bay would make this comment on our Patreon about the show that we couldn't think of. Where
he knows all the TV shows.
JJ Walker was on the Jeffersons.
No, he was not.
Oh no, yeah, the Good Times. The Jeffersons were on Good Times. He was like, Good Times. JJ was on Good Times. Ain't we lucky we got him? That's what he said. I knew he was going to leave that comment. I could have bet on that.
Yeah, he will always fix you on TVs and movies shows. Yeah.
All right, so that's it as far as the red tape stuff. Let's get back to Biloxi with Aloha Generous.
Can I tell you about the project I'm trying to do first?
You're doing a project? Yeah, of course. Tell me. What's the project?
I'm not a computer programmer. Okay.
Oh, really? You're
Yeah,
not?
I'm definitely not a computer programmer,
Okay. Thanks for clearing that one up.
but I am working
Hmm.
on a cloud-based system.
Man, IBM stuff.
A little better than IBM, maybe Oracle or something. Anyway,
I'm already feel stupid.
a little cloud-based system
Okay.
that if we can pull it, I don't, not, never mind. I'm not even going to talk about it because somebody will steal it.
Okay. Yeah, dude. Nice,
Never
man.
mind. I didn't just erase all
We're
this.
just teasing out the intellectual property for someone just to
Yeah,
steal. And
I'm
then
not even going to talk. Never mind. I don't want to talk about it because it'll get stolen.
cloud-based, and how I'm going to have to put it together what you're working on. I don't even know.
I know you don't know. I'm waiting on the prototype as we speak.
Oh,
That's why I was
wow.
checking my phone.
Okay, nice, man. This is like hot off the presses. Okay, well,
We'll see. We'll see. It's going to take a while.
hopefully no one
It's going to take a
steals.
while.
Hopefully no one steals it.
Well, I don't know what it is. It's other than it's cloud based.
I trademarked. Isn't
I'll
that
have to
funny,
do,
dude?
if I can get this working, I'll do more than trademark it.
Yeah, patent it
Yep.
or do something.
Yeah, I got to do something copyright or something because every
Every swinging
YouTuber
dick.
and every swinging dick in a hairy world is going to want to copy it.
Yeah, man.
But we're going to, that's why it's going to be cloud based. You've got to sign into it just to even see it. Never mind. That's all I'm going to do. I mean,
I like it. Does it have to do with craps?
totally.
Okay. I could probably 21 question this down, but I won't. We'll
You
save it.
probably could because I'm not going to answer it because all them fuckheads out there in this world will steal it.
Man, ain't that the truth, man? Nothing's
They will
safe.
steal you blind. They ain't,
Nothing's safe these days.
every idea I have, everybody steals. I ain't even gonna go down the list. You know what made me do it? I got accused of stealing somebody else's idea. I said, "Fuck you! I'll show you my idea."
Oh my God. Yeah.
I
So
did.
this
Yeah.
is a retaliation.
No, it's more than a retaliation thing. This is a vendetta that I'm going to burn your ass into the pulverized smoke.
Oh my God.
That's how I work.
Man, I
Don't
know.
piss me off. Don't ever piss me off because I will never forget
This
it.
is Alabama justice.
This is more than Alabama justice.
What is it?
This is Alabama redneck justice.
I like it, dude. Alabama redneck.
Don't piss me off like that. Don't accuse me of doing something that I have not done.
Ed, did you
If
get
I've done something, I'll freely admit that I just fucked it up.
That's
or
nice,
I've
dude.
stole it. I'll
Yeah.
freely admit it. But
That is honorable.
don't dare accuse me of doing something I hadn't done. And I got accused of it in Biloxi, and I am pissed off about it, and I will stay pissed off about it until Jesus comes.
Man, I hope Jesus arrives soon.
I hope not, because I gotta get this damn stuff finished.
It's not good to hold grudges or to be mad. You know that stuff will give you health problems.
I
But
don't have any health problems. I've lost 40 pounds. I'm good, man.
oh, good,
But I am
man.
still gonna stay pissed off.
Sometimes it's good to operate with a little chip on your shoulder.
It's more than a chip.
What is it?
Chip is like the guy with the Duracell battery, from Baba Black Sheep.
I don't know what any of that. I don't know what that is.
You don't remember
Baba Black
Sheep?
Sheep? Was Robert Blake in that? Was he in that?
That's not quite the name.
Robert Blake, wasn't he?
Wasn't Blake?
Who was what?
No, I
Charles
can't think of it.
Bronson?
No, Charles Bronson. No, not Charles Bronson.
Dude, Robert Blake. You know who Robert Blake is?
Yeah.
Who played Beretta?
Not Robert Blake.
Oh, Robert Blake was Beretta, not Charles Bronson, right? Dude, there was this movie. David Lynch did this movie called Lost Highway. It is so trippy, and it's one of Robert Blake's last movies. It is a trip, dude. For anyone listening, Google Lost Highway, Robert Blake, and watch that scene because it is so trippy. You should do that, Ed. And to see Robert Blake like that, trippy shit, man. All right, so continue, man. Chip on your shoulder, Bob Black Sheep. Who pissed you off?
Everybody.
And they accused.
I ain't going into that. I ain't going into who pissed me off.
You're just
but
teasing
they know who
us.
they are.
Just
and they're
teasing
going to
us.
eat my dust. They're going to eat my dust.
Okay. You're just
And
teasing us.
I'm going to just, yeah, screw them.
Man, you've thrown down, what is that? The gauntlet?
The Gauntlet. You remember the
Nice,
Clint
man.
Eastwood movie?
I do remember the Clint Eastwood movie. It was like,
The Gauntlet.
yeah, it was going down with, but it wasn't for a glove. That's what usually people think
No,
of a
he was in the
gauntlet.
bus. He was in that bus.
Yeah, going down
Yeah.
like,
I'm going down the road in a bus, dude. I'm going to
was
run
it an
over your ass.
apocalypse? The end of the world shit, right?
No.
It
The
wasn't.
mob was after him. They were after Sandra Locke, who was a witness.
Sandra Locke. Hmm.
You don't know Sandra Locke?
I don't know.
That was his main squeeze for years.
Man, he had
Bronco
the key
Billy.
to her heart, right?
Or she had the key to his, one of the two.
Man. All right. So anyway, you're pissed off.
I ain't pissed off, but I have a vendetta that I will see to the ultimate end.
Okay, I'm here for it. I am here for it right here on the sidelines. Can't wait to find out more about this.
I was bugging my programmer as we were talking a minute ago.
Okay, nice, man. Is your programmer in India?
Somewhere.
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 Somewhere. Yep. Yeah, pretty much. Okay,
They
well,
promised me they promised me a semi prototype of what I'd asked for within a few hours.
Okay, I can't
we'll
wait.
see how that goes.
Dude, I can't wait to. I'm glad that you're up to that you've got stuff brewing in your lab.
I do have stuff brewing in my lab, and it's going to be if I can get it done, it'll be the best thing the craps world has ever seen.
Nice, fantastic. I like it.
But I ain't going to talk about the details because all them assholes out there will steal it.
Teasing us. I like it. I'll ask you about it next time.
I almost told you. I was going to tell you. I went, I can't tell you because all these assholes out there will steal it.
All right.
Did I tell you about my crapless session in Biloxi?
No, you didn't, but let's hear about it. Let's get back to where we took a detour. A full-length extended version of this podcast is available exclusively on our Patreon page. New episodes drop weekly every Tuesday. We hope you enjoyed this podcast and will tell all of your fellow craps playing friends about it. Please follow Casino Tears on Apple Podcast, Spotify, or your favorite podcast app. If you like the show, please rate it 5 stars and leave a review. The best and most fun way to contact us would be to call and leave a message on our official Casino Tears vent line, 229-07. You can also email us at no7@casinotears.com. And lastly, to help support this podcast, you can visit our Patreon at patreon.com/casinotears. On behalf of Roll to Win Craps from Alabama and 10 Ton is #1 from Las Vegas, thanks for listening.